Hi friends, welcome. Good evening. We are going to review some of the setups on the leading indices. So first is the small cap index. This is the futures chart, RTY. So on the futures chart, we had a run up and then we made a new all-time high of 2477, almost 2500, which was my target for the year. So we got this target. And then it went completely sideways, gave a sell signal, and then it tried a couple of times going up and it was constantly going down. There was a reversal here, but then quickly they sold off, and we played this out. I gave the setup to my followers on the free channel, and we got this very big move. We captured it. Now we are at a very key support here, Saral pivot here on the futures chart, and also if you see the index chart, which is IWM, we are at a key support. This is a very sharp rally, so there was more follow-up which came in overnight. We even went down to 217 levels, 217 and even more further lower. There is a move. Now, if somebody wants to go long, there is no signal per se here, but if somebody wants to go long, you can go long with hedges. In our system, when we trade futures, we don't keep stops. We don't keep stops. These are mean reverting items or instruments. So generally, stops is not the way that I trade. I personally use hedges. So you can hedge and you can see there might be a move towards 230, 231 before we get a signal here. So let's see. That is one. Secondly, on the stock side, one stock, there are few stocks which are coming in our counter trend system. So one is Verizon. So Verizon, I traded this in last fall, and then I got my 3% and I was out, and then it gave a good rally, and now again it is fizzling. Now this is, you don't know whether this is an accumulation or a distribution kind of a setup, but we have a buy signal here. Now in counter trend system, we buy in tranches. So I will, and then if it falls and meets the criteria again, we will buy more. Generally, I buy the same amount that I have bought, a dollar amount. So if suppose I bought $2,000 worth of stocks here, next time when the buy triggers, I will buy $2,000 worth of. So this is already giving a signal. So this is something that you can look at. The another stock which is kind of coming in my counter trend signals is Mondelez. Now, Mondelez is a leading company in the confectionery and fast-moving consumer goods space. There has been some news that this is going to acquire Hershey's or something is going to happen, but on the price, very oversold levels. I traded this when this came down and I bought and I got very quick 3, 4, 5, 5, I think 5% on this. Now again, this is on the very high side of the oversold level. So this can be traded. Again, it's a counter trend trade. So you may have to buy it 2, 3, 4 times if needed. So be with it. Not every counter trend system or setup is going to give you quick gains. So be patient. It can happen that we have to hold this for 30, 40, 50, 60 days. So you should have that kind of patience. So this is Mondelez. Then Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I held for a long time, and it was kind of, we sold this off at 1%, 3% loss. This was a counter trend trade, but we are getting better opportunities somewhere, so we kind of moved out of this. Now, if you look at S&P 500 futures, this is the daily chart. So on the daily chart, this whole sharp fall had a. So this is the daily chart. So this sharp fall came exactly at the pivot, took some support, tried to go up, again came down, and then this is a very surprise move. The touch of the trend line is done. So now we are kind of, if you look at the smaller time frames, we are kind of in a setup where where bulls have regained control. So again, I have a long position. I will hold on to that. I will keenly watch it for any options trade that might develop here. Crude oil I covered in the different chart. Let's look at natural gas. So natural gas, ETF. So natural gas ETF, UNG, gave a signal here. I wanted to give this to my free members, but I didn't because we already had the IWM position open. And this one, in spite of markets going down, this one went completely in our favor. So I had some shares, I sold them for some profit. So this is classic. So technicals have their own way of looking at things. The price, once it decides and there is setup, then you don't have to really overthink. You just take the plunge, follow your system, and the system will take care of your profits and losses. You don't have to manage anything. So basically, only thing that is expected out of a trader is to take a trade when the signal comes in, right? Rest everything is anyways out of your control. If you are trading futures, then you hedge it because emotionally it's very difficult to manage the drawdowns in futures. So, I mean, trading is one business where most of the times people get bored because there is no action happening. Now, other some of the trades that are open is one is XME. XME is a ETF trade. We already have this in our portfolio. Again, reached very extreme oversold levels. Now, based on this, we might see a pullback. We might see a move above 3, 4, 5% kind of moves can come. Let's see. We are currently holding this. Then GNR. Now, GNR is an ETF of global natural resources companies dealing in those. So there is a big gap here because of the dividend. It gave a dividend of around $1.37 per share. So that dividend we have already got that will be reinvested. Now this one is again, oversold, extreme oversold, counter trend. It has not seen these levels for a while, so it's a new territory altogether. But I think, we will keep buying. We will hold our buy, and if there is another opportunity, we'll see. I think this is going to see the previous highs, swing high, this previous level where it broke down after the dividend. So 52 is possible on this, right? So that is one, and then Brazilian index EWZ. EWZ, has broken a very key support of $25. Now, $25 is something that it held for a very long time, 4 years, and then it's again broken it. Now, if you see the COVID lows, what happened during the COVID times. So in the COVID low was around 22 and then around 21. So it's trading at those levels, and that's exactly where it got buying interest. Now, we don't know what's coming because there is some macro related political issue going on in Brazil. But technically, in our system, ETF system, we still are going to hold this and we are going to wait for our targets to come. We have already got 3.5% dividend and our break even is around 24.5. So if we get that level, we will decide whether we want to do it. As of now, on a smaller time frame, there is a buy signal here. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, you want to cover any stock, you can join. You can join my free channel where I give my weekly options, picks, and swing trades on ETFs and stocks both. And we also